Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. And all those links are in the description of the video. Spotify, Apple iTunes, all over the place. Yeah, one of these days, I think I should actually update those and make sure they're all still functional. You never know what's running and what's not. To my left, you're right. Joining me tonight, Alicia.
Hey.
How you doing?
You're on my left and I'm on my right. I don't know. Anyway, I'm doing good. I'm actually watching a short of MJF getting a chiropractic ring dinger from Dr. Bo Hightower.
Oh,
I can't show it, though.
He's good.
Well, yeah, he's cool. I like chiropractic stuff. So.
Okay, all right. I know a lot of people go to him. I'm not sure where he's located.
I think it's down in Florida because a lot of the other company people go to him.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Other company.
Other places, other things. So yeah, this is the go home show for Against All Odds. Big news. I guess we could kick off with some news. And no, you guys know when Bill's not here, I don't play my own jingle, so you guys can just pretend it in your head. But we heard this within the last, 24 to 48 hours that Against All Odds in Chicago is sold out. So that is tremendous. Tickets still available, though, for the Saturday tapings. So if you are in the area and those tickets should be, well, I'd think relatively cheap. They definitely with the hype that's going to happen this coming evening, I'd think they would have no problem selling that out as well, or at least, filling up the seats.
Might be, I mean, considering everything, there might be sellouts, a lot of sellouts coming out, so it just depends.
Oh yeah. Lots of speculation going on lately. What's up with Impact and or TNA Impact, and their relationship with the juggernaut of wrestling. I guess I know that term is usually used lately for Jordan, but company-wise, the WWE/NXT.
Yes.
So lots happening this weekend. We got Against All Odds tomorrow night, and the next, well, I guess you could say morning, or depending on where you are, it's about noon our time, I think, is when Clash at the Castle starts, and WWE is in Scotland. So I'm not expecting anything to happen there, but it's still a big weekend for wrestling, so still nonetheless very excited about it. We will go through the Against All Odds cards at the end of the night, make sure everything's updated. Usually by the time we're just wrapping things up, everything should be updated on the website. The review or the results, I don't think are up yet. Let me double check. Oh, they're on there now. The page looks a little wonky. It's a little out of sorts. I don't know. They're having a little trouble lately with it, I think. But if you go to the events page, click on there is the countdown show now. Okay. So they got a countdown show. Oh, yeah. It looks like the card is all updated. But we'll double check it later. We'll go through it, and we'll get your thoughts on, some predictions from our audience. anything else, Alicia, that you've heard?
You're the news guy, buddy. Don't try to pin that shit on me.
I gotta ask. You never know if I miss something and someone else catches something. That's why I ask. One thing I do want to talk, actually a couple things I want to talk about. We did see a new face on the show tonight, and I want to get everyone's thoughts on this because it's I'll just say mildly controversial. Just because as far as this company, not controversial at all. There was some controversy with another company. Talking about Steelz joining the pack. Now he is out of the Chicago area, so it makes sense for him to be at least part of these tapings. We don't know how long he's hanging around.
He's been there. What are you talking about?
Now, has he been working backstage?
That's what we heard a couple months ago, right?
Okay, I didn't know if that was
critical.
Are we calling? Are we summoning?
I'm summoning
the Sting.
If anyone knows anything, it's him. Because now you got me second guessing myself. Like, did I imagine that? But no. Like when what was it when Naomi debuted? Was that like a big deal? Is that because Mercedes Moné and CM Punk and Ace were all there, whatever. Okay. And I think Ace was picked up. Yep.
All right. Critical Sting.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Did you? Oh, go ahead. Okay.
Sorry, I kept clicking. No, I put it up. I'm the clicker.
Okay. You go right ahead, Alicia.
I do the big job.
You click all the clickers. Ace still been there since, what does it say?
The rebrand. Since the rebrand.
Oh, since the rebrand.
Before the rebrand, excuse me. So yeah, whenever Trinity showed up.
I know that he was backstage for a while, but I didn't know if he just showed up with CM Punk and was helping out that weekend. I didn't know if it's been like a permanent fixture now. So, okay. So now we know. One thing I do want to thank is we got some tips here. We got Punk. Welcome to he was trying to jump the gun, because he likes your coffee mug. Welcome to the effing shit show.
Oh yeah, super chats. Thank you guys.
And Dr.
It's a good mug. Look at that.
It is. I need I always see a hat online like that. I need a hat like that. Supervisor to the shit show. Or whatever. According to an interview with Rhino, Scott D'Amore is on the TNA payroll till 2025. I did hear that. That is interesting. So, bad business practices happened, and why they're paying him to stay at home is, I'm just going to call it strange. I thought he was just gone. But the fact that Rhino put that out there is like, he's close with Rhino. And
it's not abnormal for people to wait out or, wait out their contracts.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're a talent and they don't have anything for you and you have X amount of months left and they just kind of pay you to stay at home. We've heard about that throughout wrestling history forever.
Yeah.
That's
not abnormal.
We forgot so-and-so was with the company still, one of those deals. But the fact of what happened with Scott D'Amore and, some bad business stuff, and then hearing that he's gone and now he's still getting paid is, hey, whatever. Then obviously we're not privy to everything.
Well, here's the thing is that it's a bunch of us who don't have business expertise trying to understand business moves. And that's just going to be a disaster.
This is true.
I'm here for the wrestling part, not the suit part of it.
I got you. Well, here's some stuff. Thank you, Mr. Rosario, and thank you to all our members who are here today. Much love. PW Insider reported that Jeff Hardy is going to return to TNA tomorrow night and against all odds. Now, I have not heard that specifically. If they said that, that's fine. The headline I read is that he becomes a free agent as of tomorrow. So, it makes sense. It makes sense. Did you hear that one, Alicia?
I just did.
You just did.
I just did.
Welcome to the show. No.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to wrestling. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, the Hardy brothers are a commodity, and to have them together just makes sense. So,
this is true.
Not saying that's what's going to happen, but
no, I mean, they were kind of foreshadowing it tonight.
it'd be cool.
I'd love to see him. As long as he's healthy and able to do his job, I want to see him.
Yeah.
We've heard all the bad news over the last however many years. We want the best for him. That's how we want to see Jeff Hardy.
Totally irrelevant, but I hope he comes back as Will-O-the-Wisp.
I was talking about this during the live reaction. No, that totally is a thing, because I was trying to remember all the different characters that he did during all that deletion stuff. What was it, 7-8 years ago already? It's crazy to think how long ago that was.
It was before the first child, and the oldest of Matt and Rebby is 7 or 8 now, I want to say.
Yeah, because they played the whole combination of stuff on the
It was
YouTube
good to see
channel.
Rebby back tonight.
It was. She looks she's in great health. I love the silver, the blue silver hair.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of oh God, I don't know, some superhero I saw with blue silver hair, like Storm or something like that. But anyways, but yeah, Critical Sting, Itchweed. That's what I was thinking of during the pre-show. I'm like, Itchweed is so like wacky, and he had like the goggles on and the weird hat, and he was trimming the grass and speaking a bunch of gibberish, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I could handle another Itchweed segment. But then again, look at what we got tonight at the compound. It was, I had to pinch myself, make sure I was still sober. I was like, my goodness, what is going on here? So, but yeah, and it looks like not everybody in the chat is a fan of Jeff, but
everybody can't be the targeted demographic.
This is true. Everybody's got the ones they love and the ones they don't love. Well, there you go. But yeah, it should be a great night tomorrow night. We should definitely get at least a few surprises. Chicago's going to be rocking. I wish I was there, but I'll catch the next one. But yeah, like I said, we'll go through all the we'll go through the full card at the end of the show. Shall we jump into tonight's TNA?
Yeah. I mean, sure, why not? We're here, you know?
Sure.
Let's. Might as well.
We start out hot here with a match between Santana and Wentz from the Rascals. This was a great back and forth, man. It's just I'm excited to see Santana back. He just looks like he's got his game face on when he's out there. He's focused. He's healthy. He looks like he's got a chip on his shoulder. It's man, and I just hope they got big stuff planned for him. What do you think of this?
I thought this was an energetic match to start the night off. I felt every kick these two had between each other in my teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's like the smacks were so loud that my teeth were like rattling. Also, I didn't realize this before, and then they talked about it on commentary as I was kind of realizing that Santana is half a human bigger than the last time he was in Impact / TNA. And he's like a literal force of nature at this point. I really hope to see him in line for the belt soon, to be honest. Any belt, like probably Santana.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. I'm saying X Division or Digital Media, whatever one's first, but probably X Division.
Something, yeah. It's
because he can move, like he can still move like he was before. You know what I mean? Like he's just put on muscle, looking healthy. I didn't notice it before.
No, he wasn't that muscular. It
wasn't that he wasn't muscular. He was just a lot more leaner.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, he was still in great shape. He was just toned down from what he was before. Right. But when
you can tell he's like lifting and stuff now, or more so heavy lifting.
Yeah. Just all part of him getting healthier, just all around, mentally, physically, spiritually.
That's the glow up.
Yeah. Hey, he looks like $1 million. So Santana gets the win here, but not without a little bit of controversy. Trey tries to sneak in and get one up on Santana, but Macklin jumps in and knocks Trey into next week. My goodness. Like one punch, boom, head clear off his shoulders. And then Macklin was nose to nose with Santana post-match, basically just letting him know what's up. Like, hey, I helped you tonight, So Santana,
you owe me one, bro. You didn't ask for this, but I gave it to you, and now you owe me one.
Yeah, right. Well, it's showing that there could be some kind of level of trust, and that's what they have to have.
Hey, they can do that, but it could also be a level of mistrust because Steve Macklin hasn't necessarily been a student of the year, so to speak. A little mischievous, that one. Yeah, Cub Scout of the Year. He's a little mischievous.
Eagle Scout or whatever. I don't know. One of those scouts. Yeah, he's definitely crossing those off the list. Nada. But yeah. So Santana took a couple steps back, like, all right, we'll see what happens. So yeah, tomorrow night is definitely going to be interesting. Are Santana and Macklin going to be able to stay on the same page? Then we got Hannafin, and this got kind of uncomfortable, Alicia. This was interesting. Hannafin interviewing Ali, and he's hitting him with the hard questions.
Yeah.
Just like okay, you did this, you did all that, and you talk about truth and all this, and well, now you got Campaign Singh here, interfering for you, and Ali just got ice cold and didn't say a damn word, and then Campaign Singh just kind of said, "Hey, thanks for the time. We got to go."
First of all, Ali for president. Secondly,
you know what? It can't be any worse than what we got going on right now. So
yeah. You know what? At this point, you could throw a gremlin in the presidency, and I think we'd be better off.
It's close enough.
Yeah, after it's eaten after midnight.
Oh, you're not talking about the cute little Mogwai. You're talking about the gnarly green.
Yeah, the ones who went wild in the second one. Anyway,
oh boy.
Tom Hannafin got very bold in Ollie's face, like he was going to do something about it, and maybe he should stick to commentating.
That was like, whoa, what's going on?
I feel like that the discussion between those is Hannafin being like, hey, let me ask my questions, why are you dodging them? And Ollie being like, yeah, sit down. This conversation's over.
Hannafin not afraid to get his hands dirty. Just wild.
And apparently not afraid to potentially get his ass beat. So, kudos to him for getting in there like a real journalist. But wow, pick and choose, my friend.
Yeah. I hope he.
It's like Raywald. I totally would get that kind of thing happening, but from Tom, it's like, what, sir?
What? At least he's got Raywald as some backup. Now you can laugh at that.
Really though, Raywald would be like, I don't know, buddy. You kind of got to do this to yourself.
Oh, they're a great team. Raywald would
absolutely love the commentary team, of course.
Yeah. Let's not make them a tag team. I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think Hannafin's ready for that. But good segment though. It was interesting. System. Next, they're talking about going to the compound.
Mm-hmm, the Hardy compound.
And then Masha comes up and starts, well, I guess you could just nicely say shooting her mouth off at Lish.
Is it? Or being like, hey, girl, I helped you win these belts. What the fuck's going on? You haven't been returning my calls.
When are we? Yeah, right. What's up, Slim?
Hey, what's up, Slim? Hey. We're going to have to defend those soon,
You have not returned my calls. And then the Hex came up behind.
Well, I got something to say about what you were just talking about, all right? The system.
Go ahead.
The system will take famous last words for 500, Alex.
Famous last words.
Because every sentence, every single one of them said before Masha stepped into the shot was things that people say before shit goes terribly wrong. Innocuous things that just go absolutely bonkers. Famous last words.
That was certainly foreshadowing to later, wasn't it?
It can't get much worse than this. There you go. Oop. That's an alarm.
Tonight was wild. And we're getting there.
It just gets wilder.
Mayor wants me to translate what Masha said to the Hex.
I already did. Why J-Bone? I just said, hey, girl, you haven't been returning my calls.
No,
what's up with that?
That's Lish.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
he's
never mind.
Talking about, because then the Hex.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't get that far before I flipped out. Sorry.
It's okay.
Poor anger management. Sorry, Mir.
But then around the corner comes the Hex. You're okay?
No, but I'll live.
No. All right. So Hex comes up to Masha and they're like, if you were part of our crew, we wouldn't treat you like that. And then Masha just started, mouthing, rah, 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 rah.
Is that what they were really saying to her? Or our crew would never do that to each other? Looks like you're shit out of luck. I'm translating everything. I'm reading between the lines. I'm very analytical tonight. Sorry.
I might be a hair off.
Because they don't seem like they're open to outsiders. They got a smooth operation going on with the Hex. So
this is true. I think it was, I think it actually was more of just a, hey, sucks to be you. You're going through this.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Not us. Couldn't be us, though.
Right? You go ahead and you deal with all that mess. We're good over here. We'll see you at Against All Odds. But yeah, the system was not ready for what's coming later. My goodness. Then we get Masha in the ring. Masha Slamovich versus
New music.
Marti Belle. New music. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. Maybe,
you know how I am where I'm like, oh, new music. Eric Young's new music's awesome. You're like, you guys is like half a year old. Like, oh.
Well, I guess
I should listen.
This is new music for the Hex, I think. Or did we hear this with Allysin?
I don't recall with the Hex. I don't recall what their prior music might have been, but with Masha, it's still the whistle, but then it seems like it's a more upbeat, like punky kind of sound.
Okay.
Thrash metal, I don't know.
Yeah. We like the rock and stuff. All right. Bonus baby here translating says Masha says don't start none, won't be none, bish.
Yes. Accurate.
That's I'd say that's pretty
Oh, yeah, see. I'm like, oh great, new music back with a pop. Nope. You're just
Masha's
dumb. Sorry.
Had that theme since she had that feud with Jordan. Well.
Wow, I'm late to the game, guys. Sorry.
We've been wrong before. We'll be wrong again. News at 11. Welcome to the shit show.
I got the mug.
She got the mug. I need the hat, the T-shirt, and the mug. In fact, it's in the merch shop. Go get some merch right now. That link.
Oh, that's right. We have a shit show shirt.
We do.
I don't know, dude. Like that, you fling out merch, man, and I'm like, oh wow.
More to come. So what do you think of Masha versus Marti Belle?
I have a note. These two worked really well together. For them, this being a first time matchup between them, I found myself in suspense as to who might get the win. Because obviously there's storyline being woven into this match, and I'm interested in the storyline and the build-up with Alicia being a deadbeat tag team partner. She owes it to Masha and needs an alliance, and who better than to have on your good side?
Exactly.
So you got to learn that you can't be so greedy when it's a team. There's no I in team, Alicia. We still love you, though. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. We don't care.
We're all critical of Lish, but we just love what she's doing anyway.
Because she's like, Lish, we've been boasting about Lish for the longest time. Is just give her the opportunity, because she is so capable of being really face-like, but she is an ultimate heel. And I think that's a talent. Being heel like that, it doesn't come naturally. Like that's like talent, to be able to tap into something. And it's like you love to hate her, but you hate to love her. Like,
oh yeah. She's doing. We've wanted the spotlight on her for a long time. Underrated, and now she's paying dividends. She's part of the crew. She's cutting promos. She's out there. She's just not out there when she should be with Masha. So, yeah, that's part of that story.
Yes.
But, yeah, so good stuff. Good stuff. Kenneth Paul saying hi to Bill. Bill's on the road tonight. Bill's not here. and I could wear a wig, but I'm not. I don't think I could pull off a bill. Uh, but anyways, welcome to the show. We got Zaya Brookside back. Oh, I suppose I should say I didn't even put down who won this match. Marti Belle won the match, right? I believe.
Yes, with assistance from Allysin K.
Yes. Pinky's up.
Pinky's up, bitch. It's tea time.
We're in I know fans like myself are hoping that they do stick around after Against All Odds. Hopefully they'll be on the roster page. That'd be a lovely little sign. We'll see.
They're a good addition. I hope so.
Yeah. A lot of talent, great chemistry. It's time. Make it happen. Zaya Brookside backstage with Steph DeLander talking girly stuff. I can't do the whole, ooh.
Okay.
I'm old and I'm 50 years old. You take this.
You are not the targeted demographic, and I don't think I am either. I personally hate The Notebook. So come on, man. My husband caught me with fishing wire and chicken wings. Like I'm not a good judgment of this character. But my thing is Steph a face now because her and Zaya are all of a sudden besties, British besties. And I guess she's a face now or what? Because that kind of came. At first, I'm like, oh yeah, she's gonna rail this guy in, but like they're in the back talking like it's middle school.
Yeah, definitely. Zaya's trying to feel out Steph DeLander, like, hey, what's going on?
Do you like him? Oh my god, you gonna tell me you have a crush on him? Like, oh my god, oh yeah.
Like, what's the story? And then the song starts. I met him at us. Whatever, how that song goes. Leader of the Pack. It's a classic. That's what I'm waiting for. The song to kick in when they're talking all cutesy.
Yeah.
That's how old school I am. And then First Class, showing zero class here, walks past Steph DeLander, takes her rose.
Her dead rose. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, the black rose, and says, oh, look, everything's coming up roses for us.
He's going to come to regret that.
Yeah, one way or another, absolutely.
Well, it's like they do that. They exit stage left, and then PCO comes lurking in the background like, hey, I'm going to get that back for her. Right. Lingering gaze from a distance, and then he leaves too. Like, this whole thing, I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not the judge of romance, so a good judge of romance.
I just know that you don't stand in the way of PCO, who has
and his dead flower for his lady,
a full heart of love for Steph.
I gotta say, who needs a defibrillator when you have Steph DeLander to restart your dead heart?
Oh,
put it on a t-shirt. All right.
Is that what's happening behind closed doors? Maybe someday.
I mean, he gets that done right on the stage, so I would hope it's not weird. You made it weird, dude. You made it weird. See, I don't like when you play off my jokes.
Look, I've seen enough rom-coms that just ridiculous stuff happens, They're
not another date movie.
Yeah, they're running across the beach in slow motion, and the seagulls come and
hypothetical mode.
Just, I don't know.
I've only gotten one flower from this man. And it was because some woman peer pressured him to buy it from her because we were at a Renaissance fair for romance weekend. So, I mean, he buys me things. It's just not flowers. Again, I'm not a typical romance person, so.
And that's fine. Not everyone needs a dozen roses along with the affirmation once a week.
He buys me like house plants and cool stuff. Things I can go to the range with.
There you go. Here's a cactus.
Yep. Here's looking at you, kid.
All right. There you go. So.
Oh, she's not British. She's Australian. I don't know. I'm sorry. My bad. All apologies.
Well, those are, I mean, that's
I'm not a good judge of accent.
I think the only difference is like one likes shrimp and the other one doesn't. I think that's honestly.
I'd rather not get into this conversation because it's just not good.
Maybe? No? Okay.
No.
All right. I got to brush up.
I don't like to converse about things I don't know about.
Okay. All right. I got to brush up on my geography. All right.
Thank you, though, for the correction.
I was going to say something earlier, and then I'm like, no, I'm just going to let it go. But, there you go. Someone in the chat brought it up. So there you go. Wasn't me. I didn't do it. So, yeah. PCO coming out after, first of all, we got a live interview next. Gia Miller calls out AJ Francis and Swan, and AJ Francis is so full of crap here. It's absolutely hilarious. And they're like, she's like, oh, where'd you get the flower from? And he's like, well, I have so many admirers and back. And I was like, I spit my drink out. I was like, what? Really, bro? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, like so many women gave me this flower.
The smugness.
Oh, my
smig.
And then, PCO shows up.
I gotta put this up there.
Okay,
that's hilarious.
What's Barry Monkey say? I was hoping PCO would say to AJ Francis when we had Rose, my wife. Oh boy!
Like that's the power of the rose because he's like a monster. There's things attached, and so like he has the rose, therefore control of PCO. That would be fun. Nope. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
So PCO like starts chasing AJ Francis around like, hey, come back here. That'd be a riot. I might fall out of my damn chair if that happened. But so brawling ensues. The rose is dropped, stepped on. I'm like, oh hell no. They did not just break the rose. This is not going to end well. Well, security gets first class out of there, no class out of there, and PCO grabs the rosebud and the stem and magically puts them back together and then smells it, and then he's like, oh.
I thought you were going to say he ate it.
No, I thought.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. I watched it and I know he didn't. It's just I did for some reason. I
mean, some of this is very predictable, but this is also PCO who can be very unpredictable. I mean, it could have been anything from smelling the rose to seeing that the rose was broken and then smashing it more and having petals. That's kind of what I was waiting for.
Art.
Like, oh, you broke my rose. Smash.
Pure art.
And then Steph coming up behind him, and I could just see the whole thing. It's just. I'll write the script later. Anyways, what do we got next here? Tasha Steelz versus Dani Luna. This was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting because the thing is, did Dani Luna learn to listen to Lars and Jody Threat, working as a team? They even used the example of Lars being on the road the first year in his band and only being home 17 days out of that first year. So you had to learn how to work together and play together and just function together. So that was kind of interesting that they threw that in there. You got something. Go ahead.
Absolutely do. So I would like to remind the class that Dani Luna came into TNA with a team. So, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, that didn't happen.
What am I talking about? Yeah, no, she came into TNA with a team and just so happened to be the only one who stuck around. So the teamwork thing kind of gets a little confusing. Jody's the lone wolf, so you'd think it would be a little more her getting the conversation.
Okay,
but,
I see exactly what
they
you're
saying.
saying.
They were tag team champs, so I guess teamwork is very much important.
Yeah, well, it's learning to be a team with someone new too. You can
even though
have the
they were already tag teams. I'm just poking fun because it's one of those backward storylines that it should have been told. If they were going to do this, they should have done a couple when they first started as a team.
Right.
And then, you know what I mean? Because how they ended up, it was just like, oh, you guys are punk, you're together. And boom, a team.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, but it's a start.
I hear you. A little backwards, but it's a start. Yeah. But Dani Luna gets the win here. But great match. I mean, Tasha looked great up there.
Well, I have in my notes that always love a Tasha match. It was perfect. Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And Tasha's been working on her. Tasha's been working on her own too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
she has been on her own for a long time. So
since she came back, she was gone for a long time.
Yeah, but even before she left, she was riding solo.
Right, because Savannah Evans was with Giselle.
Switched over to Giselle, yeah.
Yeah. She was her muscle. All right. But Dani Luna with the win here. Great match. Gia Miller backstage with Joe Hendry. And in walks in, and we touched on this earlier, but this is the segment where Ace Steelz comes in, and he is going to help Joe Hendry get to that next level of working towards being a champion. And I think this is great. And this is where I'm like, he's brand new, but apparently he's not. So Kaz comes in and he's like, I'm the king of TNA and blah 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 blah. And y'all can kick rocks. And apparently Ace Steelz makes the match, helps make the match. So it's going to be Joe and Kaz at Against All Odds. And thank you, Joe Hendry. Next TNA champ, do you believe? # do it for Yuya.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a name we have not.
Don't you hold that man over my head. He didn't deserve what happened to him.
No, that was very short-lived. Fun, but very short-lived. Yeah. I would have loved to seen more from that guy. Really let his talent shine, but it's all about the breaks, as they say, I guess. So,
well, Hendry is TikTok famous, so I guess it only makes sense to put a belt on him. That's not the Digital Media Championship.
So you think this is where this is going?
Yeah, probably. They're gonna bank on it, dude. That dude is really popular on TikTok right now, like viral. He's like, there's a trend, a Joe Hendry trend.
I'm still not on TikTok.
I am on old person TikTok, which isn't the same as the young kids, but because I also am on Wrestling Talk, I am been privy to the phenomenon that is Joe Hendry Talk.
So you're saying so you're saying there's a place for me in the TikTok universe? Possibly.
Dude, it's a wild west of things. There's a place for everybody. I hate to say, not that you would be negative, but I'm saying I've seen some weird shit. I've gone down some rabbit holes. I've seen some things.
I like my rabbit holes on YouTube. That's fun enough for me with my music. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
you know what?
Just stick to YouTube.
Stick to YouTube.
You'll sleep better at night.
I'd love to. That'd be. I wish. We're here nonetheless. All right. Next, we get the segment. System pulls up to the gate. We go to break, we come back, and the system is now on the Hardy compound property, if you will. I don't know where you want to start with this. This was wild. This one had flashbacks.
I know where I'm going to start, and it's going to be, thank God I smoke weed, because this shit wouldn't have made sense otherwise. I loved it. I thought it was cinematic gold. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. 5 flaming briquettes. Because it's so off the wall. You're like, how the fuck am I watching this? But I'm watching it. It's real. It happened. And I'm okay with it. I really think Werewolf Eddie Edwards needs to be a thing. And Football Moose needs to be a thing as well.
Number 69.
For a hot minute, I thought Masha was going to have a really tough time defending the tag team champions because the sudden departure of her partner. But you know what? It was all a dream.
Off with her head. Yeah, the hilarious part was when they were all outside the gate, like turning around, like, what happened?
Oh, did you see that? What is that? What?
And Lish is like, my neck. Do I still have
actually,
my head?
I love that they actually use that prop because, again, TikTok, I follow Rebby on there, and she gets a lot of slack for having that in the household, where the kids can get it, but it's literally a styrofoam Halloween prop. Like, your kids, are you gonna put your kids near that? It's like, it's because it's not real.
It sure looks
so
real.
The incorporation of it, I just thought it was really clever.
That is cool. Just the sound was like, oh God, it gave me like, it didn't happen, but just the sound it made when it came down, and it was so I was like, oh God.
It was wonderful.
Chopping green beans. Yeah, the lake of reincarnation, Moose coming back with the football, Brian being attacked by the eldest son.
I didn't even realize he was wearing Edge's pants.
Oh yeah, he had a rated R, like it was like a jersey.
That's why they did the Joe Hendry song. Like, it wasn't clicking for me in the moment because it was just it was a lot going on.
Right. Right.
But then I was like, oh yeah, he was in WWE. He was one of the
skeleton, blonde hair. Yeah, you had to actually see the symbol to figure out what it was interpreting. That it was Edge spearing. But Eddie Edwards as the werewolf, I was like, wait a minute.
That was the best. The little kid's like, oh, look behind you, and it's a full moon. He turns into a werewolf. Like a good play on words, because the kid is called Wolfgang, Wolfie, and then he's like, aren't you the American Wolf, Eddie Edwards? He's like, yeah, they will not anymore. They used to be me. Well, look behind you. I'm a wolf. It was great. It was the best part.
Just wild. Green beans for everyone. Yeah, so they all had stuff happening to them. They get to the outside of the fence, all of a sudden, pop. They're all back to normal, and they're like, what the hell happened? Jeez Louise. Just...
I didn't notice this. Also, I'm not familiar with his time in WWE. I wasn't watching by the time he was doing commentary, so I guess I wouldn't have been able to point that out.
Hannifin's WWE commentary is not what expected to hear. I'm confused by that statement.
Did he do his commentary in the style that he would have done in the WWE? That's what I'm getting from it. Because, again, it was a Matt Hardy match where everybody got reverted to old versions of themselves. Or, other things.
Oh, you know what? I don't even remember. I mean, they might have had, like, bits of commentary, but I don't think it was anything. I'd have to go back and watch the whole thing again.
I would have to compare. If you could there, we talked about Myers losing streak. Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. Here, let me put it.
Oh, there was a soundbite where he talked about Myers losing streak. Myers was tripping. Oh, okay. All right. So they played stuff while he was. He was tripping out, and it was like, it was so hard to focus because it was all over the place, and then he was looking at action figures. Oh, there's an upgrade, and it was just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that the son jumped off the top of the ladder on top of him was chef's kiss.
Well, it's Maxwell's second TNA match. Don't forget.
Yeah. He beat.
He beat the bricks out of Rockstar's spine. They were the same height.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was when people were surrounding the ring in the barn, and that they just played that segment. It's a whole Hardy collection of matches that was all like that. It's crazy. Then they showed the Rock and Roll Express coming out there. The good old days. Next we got Jada Stone.
Sorry, just one thing to end this on is my husband did say to me, he's like, what is it with people getting murdered at the Hardy compound? Because then he was talking about and
coming back.
Well, no, Abyss cracking that guy's head open with the rock in the first. What was the match called? Where it was all the tag teams on the compound?
Tag team pandemonium or something?
Yeah, something like that. I think you're right. Yeah, Abyss.
Apocalypto.
K-Fab murdered someone.
Tag team Apocalypto.
Okay. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. So I knew there was some kind of crazy whatever. But yeah, so yeah, we'll see if this this whole thing is part of foreshadowing the appearance of Jeff Hardy this coming evening. We'll see. Oh, we got Bill from the road. What is up?
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh, it's in Chi-Town now, so all is well.
Oh, good. You made it there.
Oh, so you were able to check in.
I checked in. I just checked in. So I was on the road and made my 2 gas stops, and that is it on the way. So now I am here.
Ooh. You madman, you. Yeah, that's a long trip, man. 2 gas stops.
That is a long one. I'm like, I think back to the season pass last year, Jay. I'm like, I did that many times?
Holy cow. Yeah, you did, didn't you? Jeez. But yeah, are you in the same place that we stayed before?
I am not, J-Bone. Once you said you were out last week, because if you were going to be also there, I was like, oh yeah, keep it simple because we'll be doing other things. But I'm like, no, right. J-Bone. I'm like, who's the cheapest? That's where I went.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah. They're still good. They're still like,
oh no, and they're right in the ballpark. Like they're one of the, and we know confirmed decent, budget wise hotels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like we know it's clean. It's just dated.
Right.
That was the only thing, and that's what you get with a lot of those more inexpensive, value hotels.
No biggie. Yeah, cool. So
they're not a $5, but it's no. They're all more than $5. That was the infamous glitch in Kentucky.
Oh, nice. So did you catch any of the show tonight on the road? But then again, you were.
I only saw some highlights. I saw some highlights as I was checking in on some spots, and as I got here, I was kind of seeing some of the. Because obviously I saw all the matches, but I wanted to catch some highlights from the cinematic match at the compound and a couple of the segments. So
we just got done talking about the compound match.
I'll be right back. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourself about it because I'm sure Bill's got some hot points about it. So I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Alicia will be back in a little bit. All right, so
you guys were moving along. If you're already at the compound match,
we really were. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I guess before if you just did talk about it, I know some hints were given. I don't know how much of the news segment you devoted, but what is your thoughts on the? I guess what happened there and what could happen, I guess, this weekend. Regarding the Hardy.
First of all, the news is out there that there's a couple different, depending on who you read and who said all what. Some said more than others. The headline I saw, now I know there's more than this, but what I saw is that Jeff Hardy, as of tomorrow, becomes a free agent. So I was like, well, then there's a good chance of him showing up in Chicago.
Yeah, it always lined up. For Chicago.
But stuff like that, I also know from past experiences, you got to take stuff like that with a grain of salt. It's like, unless something comes from the horse's mouth, like, oh yeah, this is my last day on my contract. We haven't heard from Jeff at all, other than him singing on social media, practicing whatever, just singing rock songs and whatever.
I did see Jeff Hardy in concert during Mania Week. He played the 2300 Arena after the WrestleCon show.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I saw the headline. I take it with a grain of salt, but then there were hints tonight during the
some teases, if you will.
The system, yeah, because when they first walked into the compound, they saw that big wall of art, and that's Jeff Hardy art. Like, oh, correct. Who did that? And then one of them said, oh yeah, that's Jeff Hardy. And then whoever said it, they shushed him immediately. You know, they were like, no, don't talk about him or whatever. So it was really kind of weird. Yeah, delete. That's Can we edit that in post? No, but it was kind of weird. But that whole compound segment between the tripping, and I mean tripping, the fireworks, the lake of reincarnation. Senior Benjamin, all the kids.
Oh, Senior Benjamin.
We were literally just talking about Lish getting her head chopped off and Eddie Edwards turning into a werewolf.
And Rebby was playing the original Eddie theme song.
Yeah.
Love
Crazy.
It.
Yeah,
Love
on
it.
piano. Yeah. So, yeah, it was. I'd have to watch it back to like see, probably missed like half the details just because it was so crazy.
Yeah, I'm seeing. It doesn't seem like a Vanguard 1 appearance was not there, and you know me and Vanguard 1.
Vanguard 1 was there.
Okay, all right. I see. No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that in the segment. The pieces I saw.
It was.
I need more Vanguard 1.
I think it was during the Moose. I want to say it was during the Moose segment.
All right.
It was real brief before you got
Not a
thrown
talking
away
Vanguard 1. Did we get talking Vanguard 1 or just?
No, it was like a scan.
Okay.
Like looking from Vanguard 1. It was weird.
Okay.
I
scan. Sometimes he does the beep boop beep boop.
Yeah,
Bop, bop.
beep boop. Yeah, the whole thing was such a mind trip. Was just like I said. I'd have to watch it back to get all the deets, but
Well,
it was nuts.
I'll tell you what I have been hearing on the streets for about a month. Jeff Hardy's coming. Jeff Hardy's coming.
Yeah.
I think it was just the details of the contract because of the whole time that was tacked on down at down south. So it seemed like it was always lining up for here. I feel like it was definitely confirmed for the end of the month. But if everything got tied up, Chicago always made sense unless somebody kind of tries to stop at last minute. But it seems like that will be happening.
So then, I mean, we'll go through the whole card, but I mean, is it just him showing up after something terrible happens to Matt? Or is Jeff going to help him win the title? I mean,
you could go either way. I guess that really depends. Like if he's totally available, then it feels like you have him at the live show for sure. Like that makes the most sense because obviously if not, it's a taping. You would know as soon as this time next week, but they could also delay that and have it happen in a few weeks. But obviously the news will get out pretty immediately if he shows up on Saturday as opposed to Friday. So at least a on the screen flash of something would make sense, even if it's Matt Hardy in a losing effort. Because I don't know, even though I'm sure there'll be plenty of shenanigans in the main event. But it's tough for him to interfere, like a face turn interfere to win. Like if it's to even the odds, and then, but I don't think so. I still think my guy Moose is going to hold on. So I think it might be more Matt loses through shenanigans and interference, and then Jeff comes saves the day to close the show. But he already lost.
Now here's the money question. When he shows up, does he do what he did with his first appearance in AEW and do the dance and then run down and rescue him? Or does he just run down and rescue? Did he learn his lesson?
I think he learned after the last time. I think he learned not to strike a pose before saving the day. Honestly, I think it wouldn't be an entrance. I think it would be a lights go out he shows up in the ring.
Lights go out. There you go. And you hear a willow cackle. No, I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man. Or what's the other character I can never remember? Ipswich? Itchweed, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so but thoughts on real quick before we continue, thoughts on the announcement of Against All Odds being sold out.
No, that's great to hear. We know Chicago fans do turn out, no doubt. And they've had, obviously, the season pass we saw last year. We've seen sellouts previously, so it's good to keep the streak alive. Definitely a live show, because the worry is always when you go back multiple times, eventually you might lose some of those people as you go on, especially with all those shows. But it has been a while. It was Bound for Glory last year. Now we're at the summer. So it's right. Been, for a big wrestling town, a fair amount of time. So it's good to see they're coming back. Hopefully we'll see what happens for the TV tapings the following day, because that's always the unknown. But hey, I think obviously the NX TNA partnership helped probably as well. So there's definitely some buzz going around. I know like the ratings for NXT and all have been very good the last couple of weeks. So definitely people are hearing more about it. They might be like, hey, I can go see that Jordan Grace, or obviously you have the stuff going out right now with Matt Hardy. So obviously a lot depends on what happens at the show tomorrow night. And if, who knows, like if there is like a wild debut, another person from NXT or more, then I think we could see that will help build. Because unless I missed something, is this the first tapings in a while that have they teased any matches, I think, for Saturday? I know you have the live show. Usually it's for the double TV sets. They have a bunch of announcements, but usually they might have one or two, but I don't think they really have much of anything.
They showed a handful of them, but most of them, no.
And I was just about to say this from T. Hughes, and this is they've done every time. As of now, no luchadors.
Right. Yeah.
Not even Laredo Kid.
Bound for Glory was very luchador heavy during.
Yeah, like I would imagine that for the TV, you would at least announce a luchador match, but maybe that won't be the case.
Yeah. Yeah. Cicero Stadium is that culture's right there. You know, very heavy Mexican culture. They're the ones that help run the show. The kids come in with their parents, and we love them. We love them. They're
I'll get myself maybe a slice of za or
there you go.
Some hot dogs. We'll see. I'm already thinking about it, Jada. Can't wait.
Gatorade and a slice of za. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Critical Sting. Because we'll talk about the card later, but for Saturday, I'm so used to this weekends.
There you go.
They announced Leon Slater versus Khan, Masha versus Aya, and Swan versus Nick Nemeth. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, just a few. Yeah, just a handful of matches, barely anything. Yeah, so nothing crazy. Nothing you're gonna look at and be like, oh, this is like the follow-up to something else. No, it's
Broken Matt Hardy here, jokingly, Grace Open Challenge will be lady from AAA. Although, this raises an interesting point. For Saturday, if we don't see some people from AAA, I think it's safe to say the announced partnership isn't there right now. Not that it's on bad terms, but they're not doing whatever was planned.
Right, because
now we've been months and we've seen nothing.
Scott was a big proponent to that, and that's not that this new president doesn't want that. It's just and
obviously with the stuff with NXT taking precedence right now, it may have just been put on the back burner till later in the year. So, but if you don't do that in Chicago, you're not doing it anytime soon.
Yeah. Few
I was
people
saying,
talking
he was
about
a triple
Tessa
mania too. That happened last year too. Yeah, a lot going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, that's probably why we're not going to get a lot from AAA this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be all
I'll
hands
tell
on
you,
deck.
I know people are mentioning like Tessa, like not that she would, like it doesn't feel like this is the time for it, but
right
during, and I don't know if it will get taken back for one of the announced summer tour dates. Jordan Grace is booked for a show in Canada that same day on the Saturday, August 31st, the Louisville, the day after. Well, I guess probably a live event. But Tessa's also on that card. A coincidence? I don't know. I don't think so.
And where's that, you said?
It's up in Canada, I think Toronto area.
Okay. But yeah, Tessa's with CMLL. She's banned from AAA. So, well, yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Lots of knockouts in this episode. Pretty knockout heavy. What'd you think? Now, when you were there for these tapings, did you see Rosemary?
I did.
Okay. You saw her with the light.
She was straight across from me upstairs.
Okay. That's right. You were on the one side. Okay.
Yeah, so I actually had, I saw her before anybody else did. I was pointing her out to other people in the audience.
There you go.
I'm like, that's Rosemary up there. What a dagger.
Yeah. Yeah, she was actually in this next segment, so we'll jump into that now. Right. Jada Stone, local.
Yep, local.
Versus Ash by Elegance. Of course, the concierge is just, on fire here. Get out of my ring. It's crazy. But Rosemary was looking on here. She was lurking, watching Ash by Elegance. So,
I'll tell you, this is becoming more of a trend we've been seeing these last couple months, like where you have First Class, where you have Ash, kind of in suites or watching the action. And I like that. That's we've seen it at times over the years, but I think that definitely adds a little something. I think it's a little different than what they've been doing. So I enjoyed it. And obviously with the Rosemary character, we've been seeing these teases of her going in this. And, I've been a proponent of a while since Rosemary got fully healthy again, that to have that big singles run. Really, she might be the one to thrown Jordan at some point. I know with everything going on with NXT now that she has had a defeat, it will open the possibilities of her maybe to an Ash by Elegance, maybe someone not from the roster, which we always thought might be the case, but on roster, other than Ash potentially, it feels like Rosemary's maybe the next most build up. And I don't think we're there yet, but I think we could be there within maybe even Slammiversary.
Yeah.
Depending on how that all goes. If we're not going to be going into an NXT storyline through Slammiversary, which I think we will. So that could maybe be Rosemary for Bound for Glory.
Makes sense. I know so many fans are like, oh, we want this to happen. We want that to happen. Well, not everything is going to happen at once. They're going to do baby steps with this. They're like, oh, how did the hype from this work? What else is out there? What else can we do? You got to
wait to see because that's why we've always talked about starts and stops with certain people and all. If they start going in a direction and they know no one's buying into it after a loop or two, if you go 2 loops and you're getting no reaction, they might say, you know what, we got to bag this and go in another direction.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's better to change directions than get stuck in a bad direction. And then you're just fighting out of it. So the card's subject to change. It's true. Not just with people appearing on the show, but the storylines are subject to change. Like, you have a plan, you try to follow the plan, but they can always change. Obviously, injuries, illnesses, the travel issues, but then even just crowd reaction, or obviously partnerships with these other companies.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen that so often. You know, the big one in the past was like, you know, when stuff happened with Kylie Ray, and she was having mental health issues.
Yeah, once again, someone that I think was definitely winning the title, and that changed everything.
Yeah. Yeah, they really had to switch gears with that. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. It should be exciting two nights nonetheless. But we got Jada Stone versus Ash here. Rosemary lurking. What'd you think about number one? What'd you think about Jada Stone? I thought she really put on quite a good match with Ash.
No, she's pretty good. I've seen her a few times now. Like, she showed up before, obviously, but I've seen her, I believe, at OVW. She does a decent amount of OVW, at least has in the past when I went to a few shows over the years. Ref Daniel Spencer's been around. That's one. But like, definitely a lot of potential there. Like, and obviously the crowd was on her side, no doubt. But no, that's a lot of potential. I wouldn't mind seeing her again. She was impressive. And obviously we got Ash, who you can see here. You can see her on the USA Network. She's everywhere, Ash by Elegance.
Yeah, she showed up during the that NXT show, Battleground. That was wild.
I just missed that concierge didn't show up. If I got the Iceman on USA TV, it would have been fantastic.
Oh, I would have. Yeah, absolutely. That was wild. Yeah. So a lot of people. Well, now here's the funny part, and we'll continue. There were people in the chat that when they were showing Rosemary, they thought it was Tatum Paxley.
Oh, yeah, because of that storyline.
And they have a similar look, you know, pale face, dark hair.
Yeah, but pale, but not makeup. She doesn't really do crazy makeup.
Right. So, but no, that was definitely Rosemary. But I could see.
And if any of you are joining us, like because you were watching NXT and it got you over to TNA, let us know. We always are interested in that. So if you're maybe not commenting in the chat or anything like that, or once again, the Discord, get down there in the Discord. Let us know. Yeah. Like it's always just like my one of my favorite baseball players, Bryce Harper, who just over in London with the Phils, pretty much said to everybody in London, "Hey, jump on board, where we welcome you. Be fans of our team." Same thing. Like, hey, if you're jumping on the TNA train, we welcome one and all.
Are you talking about the Phillies?
Yes. Fighters. Talking about the Fighters.
Kicked our ass. The Brewers are doing well, though. The Brewers they are. They're
probably one of the biggest surprise teams, because most people thought without the manager that they'd take a dip, and they haven't. So good job by them.
Oh, no, see, because I said, I'll say this, and we'll get off the baseball. I said this last year to my dad, because in the second half of the season, they had so many new signups and call-ups and stuff to the Brewers. And I'm like, and then we got in the playoffs, and then it fell apart. But I was like, can you imagine we get most of these guys to come back? Yes, not everyone's going to come back. You got free agents and whatever. Can you imagine the team with all these guys on consistently the whole season? I'm like, you're going to see a phenomenal team. And they're doing great. They're like they're a top 5 team in the whole MLB.
Yeah,
right
sometimes
now,
you get the right prospects to play, just like in TNA. You give people a chance, you let them develop, and you see what you get. You get homegrown stars, J-Bone. Just like, well, he was a star before he came to TNA, but David Penzer in the chat. Prediction is that Torrie Wilson is the mystery opponent.
Oh, my goodness.
I wouldn't say no to that, J-Bone. I wouldn't say no.
All right, but she has to bring the puppy.
Oh, that's enough, J-Bone. That's enough out of you. A single puppy?
Sorry. That's the puppy. That's the version of Torrie Wilson. I remember that she was part of some group, and she was, I don't know. It was like a ditzy blonde group or something. I don't know. But she was fun. I did like her. But anyways.
Speaking of puppies, wasn't that coined originally for Deborah?
Oh. I think you're
That's
right.
where it read, because she had the puppies.
Oh, you talk.
And he lost his mind over it. No, she had literal puppies.
Yeah.
Puppy or puppies? Yeah.
Puppies. Puppies.
My favorite part of that is I went to a show downtown Milwaukee with a buddy, and there was protesters out there, yelling at us because we were going to the wrestling show, and they were screaming at us that we were worshiping Triple H in his underwear. So we were just sitting off to the side, just kind of like, staying out of the way, but there was still hundreds of people around us. So what do my buddy and I do, just to piss them off even more? We started a "We love puppies." We started a puppies chant, and the protesters stopped. They all looked right at us, and they're like, "You are going to hell."
You're done. You're out of here.
We damn near fell off the bench. That was great memories. Good evening, David Penzer. I do want to say, go check out. I didn't listen to all of part 1, but there is a 2-part interview. It's the podcast. Words. What are words? It's the podcast that Diener does. Life is Wrestling is Life. I believe it's what it's called. There's a 2-parter on there with David Penzer, and it's a wonderful interview. Please go check that out when you have the time. It made me slightly jealous. I'm like, oh man, I wish we had a long 2-part interview with Penzer. But no, go check it out, please. It's great. It's a wonderful.
What a long 1-part interview with Penzer.
Right. And please go.
We'll do, David.
Get his book.
I am confirmed. I'm heading to Tampa.
Hi, David.
See, don't feel bad. He's talking to you. He made me cry. Must listen. Yeah, he got all emotional. Yeah, but it was wonderful.
For the people. It's for the people, Jada.
It's for the people. Yes. So we were just talking about Rosemary lurking during the Ash and Jada Stone match. Ash wins. Alicia, did you have anything to take away from that? That's the match after the system stuff. We didn't get
I figured. Of course. It was a good match overall. A little predictable, obviously, when it comes to these one-time bring-ins against Ash. So,
oh yeah. But
I'd like some progression. I'm a little over it. So,
it's coming because it's the fact that Rosemary was lurking
Right.
in the balcony.
She has to get revenge for Havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she's gonna give her the blue light special or something. All right. Next we got the Jonathan Gresham segment talking about how he's gonna take on Sami Callihan and kind of just mocking his deathmatch TV segment. So that should be. Now there isn't a stipulation during that match, I don't think. It's just a rematch as far as I know.
I think so. Double checking.
We refresh refreshing the card page here just to make sure. No stipulation, just a rematch.
I'll tell you, man, we'll go over the card, but the countdown's loaded.
The countdown. Okay, hang on.
It's going to be a big show.
Oh, that is on the countdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sami,
they're really trying. I see what they're doing. Like there probably is going to be some major things happening on the show tomorrow night because they're having a hell of a lead in. Like they're stacking that in to get those people all on TNA Plus for the show. So we might even get a surprise with these matches on that show to build the hype.
Could be. Next we got great Jordan Grace segment, just talking about all the craziness she's been through the last couple of weeks, all the hype, and then she officially lays out the open challenge and talks about all the locker rooms. She even mentions like MLW and stuff like that. So it just makes you like, she covers all the bases. She doesn't just say, oh, well, this company, but not this company. No, she lists them all. And so, it makes you think there's certainly an option from different ones. Who knows? It could be more than one. We really don't know. So, but yeah, main event time. And they really let this main event breathe. This one lasted almost a half an hour. Great match, though. It wore on me a little bit, but it was a great match. ABC versus the Nemeth brothers. First time the Nemeth brothers are tagging together in a TNA ring. So that was interesting. What did you guys think of this main event?
Yeah, it was a very good match. Obviously, that we already knew that they were going for the belts pre this match. It kind of like you figured they had to win, because if not, like, what were we doing here? Unless it wound up having an ending where then ABC would be there too. I almost had you, Alicia. My screen went black for a second.
That actually didn't happen tonight. Don't jinx me.
Oh boy.
So, but no, like I thought it was a great match. It's good to see like ABC kind of doing their thing again after maybe a little friction, but then they had their match. They kind of got it all out there. They moved on, but. The Nemeth brothers, not in a surprise. They looked good as a team together, no doubt. So we'll see what happens there. It feels like it's tough to. I'll let Alicia get into it because I'm interested in her opinion because they're brothers, but it was a platypus team.
They just kind of got thrown together. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's curious. It wasn't the storyline that I'd imagined they'd go through where they'd end up teaming the Nemeth brothers together, but whatever. I'm not opposed to it. This is a fresh start for both of them, I think. And what better than to do it together, right? So I think it's a good position.
I'm sure that was on probably Nick's bucket list of like, hey, if I go somewhere, I want to tag with my brother at least a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think there is a long-term permanent team for them, but I think it's a good move to pair them together, and whatever happens,
Yeah.
And get you start being used to brother tag teams in TNA.
Oh,
starting a trend here. Huh?
We've never seen that before.
Brother Ryan, I knew you'd come.
Yeah, right. Comments in the chat here. Where's Kylan King? She's been out injured. She's
rehabbing. She's
recovering. Yeah. She's on the road.
Looks like a little still bit away, but not probably crazy amount away at this point.
But
I wouldn't say like this weekend away. I'd say still probably a couple months
before the end of the year for sure.
Yeah, definitely by the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say she had a major ACL tear. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
So that's a recovery time right there, especially if you want to do it healthier.
Definitely. So that is the show.
Big shoe.
And they mentioned that movie. It's like sponsored by the movie Impulse. I wrote that one down again, so I'm definitely gonna try to check that one out sometime soon. I've been watching a lot of movies lately.
Movie man.
So let's go over the card for tomorrow. It is stacked. There's a couple more that they added. So we got the countdown to Against All Odds. Rocky, what are you doing? Behave. Quit knocking shit off my desk. Knockouts Tag Team Championships on the line. This is going to be interesting. This is either going to be a hot mess between Lish and Masha, or I don't know.
Masha and no one.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we'll see if Lish loses her head over this match. Sorry. But yeah, so we got Masha and Lish versus the Hex. Really looking forward to that one. We also got on the countdown Sami Callihan in a rematch with Jonathan Gresham.
Uh-huh.
I'm really feeling bad for Sami at this point, because he's just opening himself up to be contagious with this guy. Just nothing good is gonna into this.
Well, as long as the ref is safe, do the Daniel Spencer precautions.
As long as they got masks and gloves on, yes, absolutely. Maybe a smock or two. We'll see. We got the main card. PCO. This is another new one. So we got PCO versus Swan.
Interesting.
That's interesting, because I was thinking that we were going to get
gonna push that to Slammiversary.
Or maybe we'll have a digital media championship match during the tapings. I don't know.
Possibly. That could be a fallout, or that could be a headliner in Philly during the countdown, pretty much, to Slammiversary. I could see that happening there. But there's going to be a big PCO match at Slammiversary. The guy's a one-man selling machine for that show.
Well, or a wedding.
Okay. An ooh yeah moment. All right.
Yeah, instead of ooh yeah, you hear.
And I'm going Jay Lethal and SoCal Val wedding, not the wedding you were thinking of. A TNA.
No, I was thinking. See, this is has vibes of like Kane lead a, something crazy like that. He's a monster. I'm sorry. This isn't going to be all storybook. This is going to be weird. So yeah, PCO versus Swan. Next, we got tag team action. We got a few tag team matches here. This is fun. ABC versus Josh Alexander and Eric Young. No Josh and Eric Young on the show tonight, so this is just kind of a random match thrown together.
Well, yeah, Josh was out injured. So
is that? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he's
during
back.
The Josh injury.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of his return.
Okay. We're gonna have the match debut of Ace Steelz coming out with Joe Hendry.
I assume that's a Chicago one-off.
I don't know. Are they?
I don't know if I'm supporting this idea.
Well, I know, like I said,
I don't see his place other than trying to get Chicago pop.
It could be. Unless this is where that story starts and he really helps.
Like Joe's way over. Like that feels like if they wanted to do it, maybe with somebody else, but that doesn't feel like Joe's freaking a sensation right now. Like he's a social media sensation. You don't need to just tack on Ace Steelz to that. That's more trying to give Ace rub than Joe rub.
But not everyone's on the Tic Tac.
Yeah, Bill, I was telling J-Bone in the chat earlier how Joe Hendry is TikTok famous. There's a Joe Hendry trend.
But like I know people are like you see them very apparent like at like NXT. There was a big Joe Hendry sign.
Yeah. He's viral.
It's true.
And like that, and now like other promotions are even making references to him in a way.
He's viral, yeah.
Yeah, he's viral. Like Ace was viral for like biting somebody. That's how Ace was viral. That's why that was a long time ago now.
That's why I said it was mildly controversial, but I think everything he's doing with TNA so far has been positive, or at least we haven't really heard anything.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, behind the scenes. I just don't know about getting in front of the camera. I don't know if that's a needed thing for Joe. If there was a different angle, maybe. But like I said, if that's just a one-off in Chicago, I'll allow it.
It could be.
But then I
1 million views on YouTube. I just assumed that this was like more of a start of, okay, he's going to help Joe Hendry to get to that next level.
All right, give me a training montage. I don't want him riding his coattails to a world title. I don't need that much Ace Steelz in my life.
You don't want to see Ace Steelz and Joe Hendry running down the beach like Rocky and Creed. Oh, come on.
I think that's not showing belief in Joe Hendry.
No, but a guy like Joe Hendry, I think, would need a story like that because it's mildly comedic, but it's storytelling. I don't know. That's me.
All right, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'll give it for. Oh, maybe he turns heel with Ace. But I don't know if you want to do that with him right now.
I don't think.
Oh man, he's too much of a baby
Like he's Mr. Babyface if he's going to be the Slammiversary guy to go after the title, which I still believe is all the writing. That's the whole thing, I guess, and that's just me in my mind booking to Slammiversary and going. If he's main eventing Slammiversary, what are you doing putting him with Ace Steelz right now, other than a cheap Chicago pop?
Yeah.
Because he's going to be like the Burgess Meredith in the corner with the towel. Like come on.
I don't need that. Maybe he'll surprise me. I don't see that for Mace, but okay.
Bill,
give me more Iceman.
Bill, you're a Philly guy. Of all people, I thought you'd appreciate the Rocky comparison.
Oh, I could see that. I just don't see the connection with Ace, other than being from Chicago.
Okay.
Like, if you wanted to give him a mentor role, like, bring, like, an old school TNA guy to do that.
Yeah. Well, he is.
Come on, Jada.
I mean, we're talking 2000. We're talking 2004. 20 years ago, he used to come out with CM Punk. 2004. Anyways, all right, we continue. But yeah, Frankie Kazarian versus Joe Hendry. Oh, sorry, Frankie Kazarian, the king of TNA, versus Joe Hendry. My bad.
Burger King.
Sorry. Don't fire me. Bitter rivals, better partners, says here. Mike Santana and Steve Macklin versus the Rascals. This one is going to be interesting.
Can they coexist for a one-off?
Can they? Yes. Can they coexist? Or is Chicago just going to burn down? Mustafa Ali defending his X Division championship versus Trent Seven. Really looking forward to this one. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully Mike Bailey's out there too, keeping the odds, evening the odds, because God knows Campaign Singh is going to be out there.
Campaign Singh will get involved.
Campaign. World Tag Team Championships on the line. The System with Lish defending against Nick and Ryan Nemeth. Stoked for this one.
Lish will save
Jordan.
the day.
Jordan, what's that?
The difference maker, Lish.
She's gonna
she's gonna be the one. Her and Kendra or something. She'll play a part in the finish.
Well, she's in the pre-show. I don't know how much of a. We'll have to see how that tag match goes first. We'll see. She might be wrecked. If they don't win, Masha's gonna pummel her. She'll really chop off.
You gotta save that one for a bit longer.
TNA Knockouts World Championship Open Challenge. Who is going to show up to compete against Jordan Grace? Is it just going to be one person, or is it going to be multiple ladies? I think this is going to.
I would like that. I would like the multiple. I think that would be fun, especially if they were from different companies.
Yeah, why not?
The prohibited portal does exist, Jada, and it's in TNA.
Is that what they're still calling it? That's horrible. Main event of Against All Odds is going to be wonderful. TNA. Excuse me. Damn. It's that time of night. Time to go. Broken. Oh, this is a broken rules match. I did not see that.
Anything can happen.
So this is, yeah, literally. We could have whips and chains and guillotines and you name it. Green beans, mountain of green beans. That's what I want. Right in the middle of the ring, just green bean soup everywhere. Matt Hardy against Moose. Man, I don't know. I got a feeling we may get a new champ here. I don't know. It's hard to say.
You're going for it,
but nonetheless, I think we're still going to get a surprise, though.
I think so. Well, I don't think the titles will change. I dare to say, I don't think any titles are going to change. But
you never know.
You never know. But no, I think it'll be Jeff Hardy return to end the show.
That's what a lot of people are going to be looking forward to. Hopefully it'll happen. But yeah, that's the show. And Against All Odds is sold out tomorrow night. Bill, hope you have a blast. We're going to try to review it after the show, I think. I'm not sure if you're going to be around, Alicia.
I'll be around.
Bill's going to be around. How far away
Hopefully
from
Alicia
you
will
are
be
the?
About the same, probably about like that 15 minutes or so, like we were at the other place. I'm just at a slightly different angle.
Perfect. All right. So you folks know what to do as we exit this show tonight. Smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. Take care, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight.